BH Synergy Group Medical Cannabis 101 and Indoor Greenhouse Open Field Cannabis Grow Method. Emergent Argo Industry. Co-founder of BH Synergy Group Incorporated. From Israel, Adam Shuster.
Good morning. Good morning from Israel. Good afternoon to folks in Thailand and all over the world that are tuned in. Very excited to be here. Very interesting to see the development of cannabis in Thailand and in the Far East, where it has been for a long time. Today's short lecture will be about indoor, greenhouse, and open field grow. We'll get down to it. We have a few short videos to watch as well, showing the actual projects that have been taking place, and we'll go from there. I hope you enjoy it. Let's talk a little bit about what the products that we're talking about. In general, I know there are many more, but we'll divide them into three. One is cannabis, which we use for medical purposes. In short, THC is the psychoactive part of the cannabis. The second is what we use for medical CBD from the same type of plant. Below 0.3 THC, which would put it in non-psychoactive, used in many products today and many health benefits. And the hemp, which is typically in open field. We have many studies talking about the benefits of these products, and we'll get into them shortly, but I just wanted to have the basis for whoever's we can start with. We know today that there's a lot of research has come out of Israel, other countries. I know in Thailand it's very developed more and more. The products have been used for a long time. We know that there are clinical trials taking place to help people in epilepsy, fibromyalgia, insomnia, pain management. I'd like to say that the two main issues that people use cannabis for, at least in Israel, for the past 30 years, on a very controlled substance only in hospitals and so on, for over 30 years, it has been number one for mental health and number two for pain management. And if you take those two and you divide them down, you'll see that the rest fall into them. We have many years of research here and around the world knowing what affects what, but we are still learning more and more every day. I understand it's important to talk about the market because the market will make the demand for the product. We know that it's been used for recreational, it's used for medicinal purposes. This is a chart showing around the world where THC is legal, either for it has been decriminalized, or it is for medical purposes, or it is for recreational purposes. The global market is tremendous, and I think these numbers are very low, and the numbers will be higher as it gets more and more out there to the mainstream of people, and they see the health benefits from using the products, using them responsibly. What I'd like to do now is we're going to get back to the issue of the lecture. And the issue of the lecture is the different types of grow that exist around the world. We at BH Synergy have participated in setting up facilities around the world, Canada, the United States. Our team has members that have worked in Europe and here in Israel as well on many different locations. What I'll do now is I'm going to show you an open field cultivation, then the greenhouse, then the indoor. It's important to note that on the chart on the right-hand side, you can see a graph of the value of price. The orange graph, orange is a table of a price received per pound in the United States for open field grow. As there's more control on the development of the product and the grow of the product, like a greenhouse, you see is the green chart. You see you can get a higher price per pound or per kilo on the greenhouse grow. And you can get an even higher price on an indoor grow. That's the blue chart. It shows that the quality of the product is typically better. The consistency is there. And we can control that every month you get off the conveyor belt product that is the same quality and rate. And that is the demand of the pharmaceutical companies and the nutraceutical companies. They want to make sure that they get the same consistency and the same high quality of product month after month. I'm going to click on the on the open field cultivation. Let's make sure hopefully it'll work well. And then we'll go back into our lecture. Patience a little bit. Well, we can see here shortly. Okay, and we can watch how hemp open field is used. Okay, 1 second. See that there's a problem here, so 1 moment. I'm going to go back. Okay. Okay, we have a little bit of a challenge there with the videos, but I'm sure that you can take this PowerPoint, and in this PowerPoint, you can click onto the 3 videos. You'll see open field grow, typically used also in the Far East, also in Europe for hemp. You'll see a lot of, from the clones to the small pots, all the way to planting it into the field, and then the harvest of them and taking them back and making them into oil. In the video of the greenhouse, you'll be able to see a more controlled environment, how the plants are on rolling tables, using extra lighting, using deprived lighting, and the water system, and so on. The third one is the video of the indoor grow. You can see in containers, a controlled environment. And we'll talk about that a little bit later to get the quality of product. Again, the more you control the environment, the better you have on getting the consistency of product and getting the quality and quantity that you want. I'm going to talk about here a little bit of CBD and the difference of THC and API. CBD, as we know, is a non-psychoactive component of the hemp or cannabis plant. Typically, it is, of course, without below 0.3% THC. It is used in many, many products to help physical and mental elements. The most familiar is probably epilepsy and autism, and the relief of pain. THC is the psychoactive part of the plant that affects your mental capacity, your mindset, and that is what a lot of locations is a controlled drug substance. The API is active pharmaceutical ingredient, the active pharmaceutical ingredient that goes into the products that are used for people. Now let's talk about that for a moment, because that is almost maybe the most important for the pharmaceutical industry and for nutraceutical industry. And I like to compare it to using coffee. You have coffee beans, you make espresso, you put steamed milk, you get a cappuccino, and you add hot water, you get even a further drink. The API is the active ingredient from the THC or THV or CBD, CBG that will go into products used for pharma, cosmetics, and nutraceuticals. On the bottom of the slide, we have a little bit a typical timeline of growing the product from A to Z. I know we're talking about the basics here, but it's important to understand. It's about an 8 to 9 week period to grow products, and then you can take them and change them into oil, which is used inside the nutraceuticals, cosmetics, or pharma. The pharma is what will determine the industry. We know that CBD today is used in cosmetics, for facial, for skincare, even for diabetic legs. Nutraceutical, people using the product. It's very similar, and this someone told me a long time ago, it's very similar to the same contents of vitamin C. When you use vitamin C, is almost in everything today, and will soon find CBD to be in all products, in products that we eat for cereal. I heard the other day something that will be for cereal for breakfast. Of course, it's in drinks to be used. It's in pain cream, anything you can almost think about. The delivery systems, and this is what I call what you use to inhale, what you use to spread cream, what you use to drink, or what you use to depositories. Those are all delivery systems that will carry the formula of the product into the body at whatever physical element or mental element you can start to think of. That is the main part of going back to how the products will be used. I'm going to go back up for a moment, and we're going to try this one more time. One moment. Okay, we covered, sorry about that. We covered the entrance. We covered the three, this is just a short summary. We covered the three main active parts of using the plant. We have on the bottom an indoor grow, as you can see, monitored and well taken care of. We talked about the different physical and mental ailments, and we talked about some of the clinical trials taking place in Israel. I know in Thailand there are also clinical trials being taken place, very advanced, and we're very interested in participating with other companies and sharing some of the research and the medical data that we have and helping people with their challenges, mental or physical. And I would know that anybody that has seen children use a product for epilepsy, that's the most famous one, I believe, or anybody that's seen people use a product for pain on joints or elbows or whatnot, they can see how well it has improved their lifestyle. We spoke a little bit about the cannabis market in the world. These are some of the statistics. All this data is going to be available on the CISW site that you're going to be able to see. And you're going to be able to see. And I hope we get a chance also to come and visit and meet the professionals that you have out there. We talked about the commodity prices and how there's a stock market for it. At each given time, we know how much it is for dry flower or for isolate or for oil. And obviously indoor, you go into the videos, you'll see the indoor grows, which get the highest quality per pound or highest quality price per kilo around the world. The demand is tremendous. Please go into these videos, take a look. You'll find that very interesting, very short. We don't have too much time here to go through them. But please go online or go into the CISW Summit website and you'll find it there and click onto it. We talked about the benefits of CBD, THC, and what API is. Again, API, the active pharmaceutical ingredient for the pharmaceutical market, which will probably get the highest price for your product, especially when you're doing an indoor grow with the consistency, and cosmetics and nutraceuticals. BH Synergy is a company that has established farms around the world and laboratories around the world with our partners. We have rich experience in crop management, drip technology, as you know. Israel leads in that. I know in Thailand you have very good scientists as well looking to come into the field and already involved. We're very interested in coming out there when, God willing, COVID-19 allows us to do so. And I hope everybody stays safe. Anything else that you would like to talk about, or you may contact me via the website or via the link at CSIW Summit. I'd like to say thank you very much for the CSIW Summit team, Jackie, Adam, Miri, all the different people that have helped me in putting this together shortly. And that's it. I wish you a great day. I hope you come and join the panel that's in a few hours, like 4 or 5 hours later. We'll talk about the genetics and the benefits as well. And we also have another lecture by Udi Karmi from the BH Synergy team talking about the agricultural, the soil, the water, and nutrients. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Adam.
Yes.
So we have some questions. So what do you think about Thailand market right now?
I know that from what I know, Thailand is very susceptible to using what we'll call herbal medicine or health benefits from plants. And I believe that the market will be tremendous. Thailand was a little bit after the game, but today it is leading. I received many requests for information on how to build facilities, GMP facilities, good manufacturing practice facilities, and facilities that are to the standard that will be for pharmaceutical. So from the interest that we received on how to build facilities and laboratories with them, I believe the market is tremendous. And you sit in the Far East, and the Far East, as we said, mentioned, has a mentality of using products that are more natural. I look forward to doing joint projects there. Challenges. We look forward to that. We look forward to sharing our knowledge around the world and trying to do good, as well as continue to build our brand and our business.
To be aim for Thailand to be the medical hub, medical cannabis hub of Asia.
I would recommend, I know I'm flaunting Israel, but I would recommend communicating with a company like ours, be it Synergy. We are related to a lot of the clinical trials that take place here. In the world, there are about 350, 400 clinical trials taking place. Israel has over 200 or 220. The reason for it is because medical cannabis has been administered to patients in Israel for almost over 30 years. That data has been collected in controlled environments, in hospitals, and in psychiatric wards. We more or less know what is effective for what type of ailment. Like I mentioned in the other screen, we're always learning more. There are many laboratories that are working on taking apart the different cannabinoids and trying to see what affects what on the body or the mental state. Israel is a small country. We have an interest in sharing that knowledge with others. We're more than happy to communicate and work on that and share that medical knowledge. That medical knowledge is what is really the true value of building an organization, an organization that will have all of the elements of a grow, a laboratory, extraction facility, and then bottling it for the formulas that are necessary. There's a lot of information that can be shared. We at Be It Synergy are big believers in sharing, joint venturing, and getting it out there. Thailand is very strict in its medical procedures. Thailand has people that are very intelligent in knowing what and how to control environments. You sit in the hub, and it is a great economic opportunity as well as a social benefit opportunity to take care of. And I believe that there's a lot of room there. Of course, complying with all the regulatory issues in each country and each state, very important. I hope that answers your question. Again, if there's any other questions, you can communicate via email or WhatsApp or phone via the site, and all the information is at CISW Summit, and it'll be great, hopefully, God willing, for next year when the next summit takes place, to physically meet people and interact and network and help develop.